The White House wants a no-fly, no-gun buy. So we're really seeing this as an internal checkpoint federal brown shirt system. Your views on those statements?
Well, I think you're hitting on some fascinating, critically important points. I mean, intentionally or unintentionally, the government and the bureaucrats are basically saying, by virtue of their actions, American people, what will you put up with? Will you put up being groped? Will you be forced to take out prosthetic advice for a woman who's lost a breast through cancer? What will you put up with?
Power grab.
It's a power grab, Alex. You're right, and it's also part of the test.
Yes.
And part of it may be, again, there may be kind of nefarious folks conspiring. That's certainly a possibility. The other possibility is they've just got way too much money, way too much big budgets, and they sit around at high-paid jobs and dream up ways to expand their empire. And for the TSA and the Homeland Security at all,
so mission creep. This is more like mission warp speed.
It's mission creep, warp speed. Well said. And I think one of the things we'd like to do at Liberty Guard and the Opt-Out Alliance is to get this ball rolling with the TSA groping and get, again, everyday Americans. This is not just a handful of freedom fighters. Americans have to become a nation of freedom fighters, and through your excellent work, Alex, a lot of that is happening. And basically have to say, we're going to push back on the groping thing. Our genitals are the line in the sand. And then they're hopefully going to begin to say, now that we look at this, are there other things that are being done by our government? And again, some of it Republican, some of it Democrat. We're a nonpartisan, nonprofit group. We're here to protect civil liberties and the Constitution and our Bill of Rights, and have everyday Americans begin to question, what other programs are in place that are inappropriate that we need to question.
Well, I like what you're doing, though, because the ACLU model is that if it's kind of a liberal or socialistic thing, they'll defend it. If it's seen as conservative rights, they won't. And I'm not saying I'm totally against them. They've done some good things on occasion. But it's always about you go file a complaint with them. And they're this Valhalla, up on the hill, or like in the Greek mythology, the Greek gods up on Mount Olympus. I like the fact that you're saying, look, we don't want you behind Liberty Guard. We want you right beside Liberty Guard. This is a participation sport. Liberty is a participation sport, and we're here to advise you on how to go out and say no. And I like the slogan, every day is an opt-out day.
Every day is an opt-out day, and you're absolutely right. And we are certainly, again, nonpartisan. We like and dislike Republicans just as much as we like and dislike Democrats. But we want to work with the whole spectrum of Americans who love freedom, you and other folks on radio and television, some real fine groups out there doing work, and we say, hey, we want to be part of it. We want to make our contribution. But this has to be a national movement. Every day is opt-out day. And this is really about finding the depths of what Americans will put up with in terms of the profligate kind of spending that government's doing, the debt, various questionable war activity overseas, and now this just despicable kind of touching, patting down in the name of civil liberties.
Well, what about federal grants for DWI? I'm sorry to interrupt, but what about federal grants? Here in Austin, they have federal grants for warrantless checkpoints where cops in the dead of night take your blood, and it's federal. What is the federal government doing funding local police to be scurrying around like Nosferatu?
Right, and the amazing thing is with a $3+ trillion budget and the innumerable line items on that, Alex, that go down to every state, every county, and municipality, we've got to have a consortium of freedom fighters, yourself, the other good folks, Liberty Guard, and the other good groups, and everyday Americans saying, we'd rather not get involved. None of us really want to kind of get involved because we've got other things maybe we'd like to do, like enjoy freedom. But every generation, or really now, every century, Americans have to stand up in unison, lock arms, and say, we are here to defend this country, and we are here to defend our constitutional civil liberties, And we're here to tell the politicians there's a limit.
Yeah, now it's come to putting us in radiation chambers and sticking their hands down our pants. And just a month ago when I was telling people about this, they didn't believe me, and TSA came out and said, yeah, we stick our hands down your pants. Briefly, Bob Barr, your chairman, what's his view on this? Ron Paul said that he got groped. Jesse Ventura said he got groped on the genitals here. You said similar things have happened to you. What about?
I went through the process, and demeaning is not the word to describe it. I believe our chairman, Bob Barr, has been through it. And clearly, Bob Barr has been, in so many ways, a champion of civil liberties and privacy rights. And I know this particular issue really sticks in his claw, understandably.
Well, stay there. Tell us about that after the break. Joe Seehusen is our guest. He's the president and CEO of Liberty Guard, ladies and gentlemen. The website's libertyguard.org. And if you're watching us on prisonplanet.tv, not just listening on the radio, we're going to put it up on screen as we go to break. That's libertyguard.org. Our site's infowars.com and prisonplanet.com. Stay with us. Final segment with our guest straight ahead. Stay with us. Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com.
Are you tired of police, judges, and bureaucrats using traffic tickets and other regulatory traps to trick you out of your hard-earned money? Are you sick of fraudulent bankers rigging mortgages and using the foreclosure process to steal your home? You need to visit bestfreedomtools.com. Act now to get an amazing free catalog and free DVD packed with vital information to give you the upper hand against these so-called authorities. You will learn how to overcome all traffic fines, how to stop judges in their tracks, and how to effectively combat penalty notices of all kinds without paying a penny. All the information you need to regain your health, wealth, and power is yours at bestfreedomtools.com. To get your free catalog and free DVD, call 800-880-9976. That's 800-880-9976. Or visit bestfreedomtools.com now for your free catalog and free DVD. Bestfreedomtools.com, giving you the information you need today.
How well and how fast does Heart and Body Extract work to improve blood circulation? Listen.
My name is Ellis, and I am 66 years old, and I live in Jacksonville, Florida. 2 years ago, I was diagnosed as having clogged arteries. I had 70% blockage in one artery leading to my heart. They wanted me to go on Plavix, but I refused, knowing the negative side effects.
Heart and Body Extract is a unique balance, synergy, and proportion of herbs reaching from head to toe at maximum absorption around 95% at the cellular level.
Within the first month, I felt a dramatic difference. The heaviness in my legs was reduced, and within 2 months, I felt completely normal.
Your natural organic herbal formula for heart health is Heart and Body Extract. Heart and Body Extract comes with a 100% ironclad money-back guarantee. Details at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305 for Heart and Body Extract. Call 866-295-5305, 866-295-5305 for Heart and Body Extract.
We're coming for you, TSA, the would-be minimum wage federal brown shirts. You know what happens to the brown shirts if the real tyranny takes over? It'll be night of the long knives, and not at our hands, but at the hands of Big Brother. Well, I tell you, humans just repeat history. You know, Joe Seehusen is just a great guy. I should add that he was the National Deputy Campaign Director, so the #3 guy in Ron Paul's presidential run in 2008. I should also add that he was the former national director of the Libertarian Party, and now he's the president and CEO of Liberty Guard, and the chairman of that is Congressman Bob Barr, and he's going to twist Bob Barr's arm and try to get him on with us in the next few weeks. We talked so much during the break, Joe, I think we may have forgotten. What was it, the story you were telling? Oh, yeah, it was Bob Barr's view and position, and you said he was particularly outraged on the groping.
Well, absolutely, and Congressman Barr has been a champion of civil liberties and the Constitution, and has that background, has been fighting that fight for a long time, and just watching this steady decline in our civil liberties. And I think when he saw this and saw the demeaning component of it, and the questionable constitutional nature of it, and the questionable efficacy of it, he just said, "Hey, we've got to do this here at LibertyGuard.org," and we all said absolutely, and that's really the impetus of it is his leadership on that one, and saying, hey, we got to understand everyday Americans are going to draw a line, and the line is you can't do this to us, you can't do this to our kids, you can't do this to our nuns and our parents. You've got to effectively protect America, protect our skies, and protect our transportation, but you don't do that by demeaning the American people, you don't do that by being ineffective, and you certainly can't not obey our constitutional mandates.
Well, I mean, if the federal government can have really untrained people just running around doing whatever they want, and saying that they're above the law and shouting at people and screaming opt out, the sky's the limit, Joe.
Well, and that's certainly a concern. And again, when people do join the Opt-out Alliance, when they sign up and get that card of what we believe that our research has shown are the legitimate options that a person could take, we want to make sure they understand that that's an individual decision, and it may be an uncomfortable one for them. They may miss their flight. They may go through more procedures and more questions, face, if you will, the kind of, thoughtless really intimidation of the TSA agents that may not know their boundaries. But it's one of those things where people who believe this is an important statement to make, and many have done it already, are going to do it and question it. And we're doing it in a thoughtful way. We're asking basic questions. Is this constitutional? Is this effective? And my gosh, can't we protect our nation from terrorists without demeaning everyday Americans? I think those are some pretty fundamental questions.
Well, and even more than that, Joe, in closing, I saw a NBC article 2 weeks ago where they admit that every week hundreds and overall thousands every year of boats land in San Diego with illegal aliens from all over the world that go to Mexico to then be brought into the U.S., and there's no Border Patrol, no police, no TSA. It came out in ABC News, illegal aliens can literally go in and rent aircraft, and TSA just gives them waivers. Fox News reported, and it was confirmed they hired illegal aliens to build part of the show fence. I mean, the government could care less about our so-called security. 28,000 dead in the last 2 years on the Mexico-U.S. border. And that's more than the Vietnam War every year. I mean, this is insane. Your final comment on that? Well,
part of this is, again, this scope creep that you mentioned, where these bureaucracies have big budgets. They have people who are, questionably not fully trained, not fully conversant with the laws, potentially. And they basically kind of begin to, make up the law kind of on the spot, again, intentionally or unintentionally. And that's where a lot of the danger comes in. And I think challenging them, challenging what they're doing, challenging their budget.
Joe, great job. We're out of time. God bless you.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.